those in favour of the revision of Māori wards, please say aye and raise your hand. Aye.
History in the making, the Whakatāne District Council deciding unanimously to establish Māori wards in time for the 2022 and 2025 elections. Te Rōpū Tautoko Māori member Tony Boynton has been a strong advocate for Māori wards and says tangata whenua have been waiting a long time for this decision.
For a few of us, for quite a few of us, it's been about 4 years in which we have been on this hikoi, particularly for Māori wards for Whakatāne. But for a lot of us, it's been coming for a long time, for the past 181 years in terms of when the treaty was signed.
Māori wards is in law a treaty matter in New Zealand, and the treaty is our main constitutional document and clearly articulates the relationship between tangata whenua and the Crown, representing all of those who came from time forward and are still here and are fortunate enough to live in Aotearoa.
Around 30 people made submissions to the council, with more than half in favour of Māori wards.
In local government, by putting in place the same rules to establish Māori wards as general wards for the 2022 local elections. The same rules, not special rules, not separate rules, but the same rules.
There's been long time calls for improved, fair representation, and I think it'll bring better decision making around this table, which will be better for our whole district, for everybody in our district, not just for Māori, but for Pākehā as well. I've got my mum and my sister here today supporting me, and they are wholeheartedly behind this kaupapa.
By having Māori wards, you will bring Māori voices to your deliberations, and I think that is a very sensible and right thing to do. So you can argue all sorts of rights around treaties and around all of those things, but your council should reflect the makeup of your constituents. And if it doesn't, we've got to find ways of making sure that it does. And the Māori wards is one way of doing it.
But not everyone agreed, making for an often heated debate inside chambers.
Having been one of the instigators of the referendum process, I would have thought I might have been specifically contacted in advance of the big notification. Wow. Wonderful response, eh?
Order, please. Let's go.
Māori actively participate in the local authority decision-making process. It's already happening here, either through the Māori role or the main role. They contribute to a team as a whole, as a council of duly elected people, as you are, making decisions for all citizens of all ethnicities, religious orientation and gender. You've already established and maintained processes to provide opportunities for Māori. Their voices, their opinions and contributions are already facilitated. This ain't broke, so don't fix it just because Nanaia Mahuta established a review into the future local government. She has no crystal ball for 30 years, she's guessing.
The Labour Party in the pre-election campaigns made no mention of standing for Māori wards, so people had no opportunity to discuss the pros and cons. When the bill was passed, it was passed on urgency, so once again, any people with anti sentiments were given no opportunity to discuss that bill. It was passed, denying New Zealanders the right to express an opinion. In other words, 5 million New Zealanders were deprived of the freedom of speech in not to present just one viewpoint, and an emotional viewpoint at that.
The final stage will involve a representation review to decide on how many seats will be in the Māori wards. Delilah Whaitiri, Local Focus.